The night before my engagement party, I decided to go out with a bang. National Day in Shanghai, fireworks popping over the Bund, red lanterns everywhere, the whole city drunk on holiday spirit. Perfect cover for a girl about to be chained to a stranger to have one last taste of freedom. I slipped into a sleek black dress that hugged every curve, red soles flashing under the club lights, and walked into the most expensive bar in Zintiandi like I owned it. One last single night. One last stranger. No names, no tomorrow. The bass was heavy, bodies grinding, champagne flowing. I scanned the room and locked on him instantly. Tall. Dangerous. Impossibly broad shoulders wrapped in a custom black suit that screamed money and power. Dark hair, sharp jaw, eyes like midnight. He sat alone in the corner, sipping something dark, ignoring every woman who tried to approach. The kind of man who didn't chase, he made you come to him. Challenge accepted. I walked straight over, hips swaying. Mind if I sit? He didn't even look up at first. Then those eyes lifted, raked over me slow and deliberate, and the corner of his mouth curved. Be my guest, baby girl. One drink turned into three. Then his hand was on my thigh under the table. Then his mouth was on mine, tasting like whiskey and sin. I was already ruined, and we hadn't even left the bar. We stumbled into the peninsula suite like we were trying to tear each other apart. He kicked the door shut, pinned me against it with his hips, and kissed me so hard I forgot my own name. Hands in my hair, teeth on my throat, dress ripped down the front, because patience clearly wasn't in his vocabulary. Mine, he growled against my skin as he lifted me, my legs wrapping around his waist. You're fucking mine tonight. I didn't argue. He threw me on the bed like I weighed nothing. The city lights bled through the windows as he stripped me bare, kissing every inch he exposed like he was claiming territory. I arched beneath him, gasping, clawing at his shirt because I needed to feel skin. When he finally pushed inside me, I saw stars. Hours later, I was wrecked, hair wild, lips swollen, body covered in his marks. His arm was locked around my waist like he never planned to let go. Then my phone exploded. Tang Xingtian, where the hell are you? The engagement ceremony is in 5 hours. I shot up in bed. Shit. The man beside me stirred, voice rough with sleep and pure sex. What's the rush, little wife? He smirked, tugging me back down. Your fiancé's right here. I froze. No. No fucking way. I stared at him, really looked for the first time in daylight. The sharp cheekbones. The mole beneath his left eye. The face I'd seen in exactly 3 photos my mother had shoved under my nose for the past year. Lu Xiao. My fiancé. The billionaire CEO flying in from Australia. The one who wasn't supposed to land until tomorrow. He sat up slowly, sheet pooling around his waist, abs flexing like they had a personal vendetta against my sanity. Surprise, baby girl. I grabbed my dress, or what was left of it, and bolted for the bathroom. 2 hours later, I walked into the hotel ballroom on his arm like nothing happened. My mother's eyes nearly fell out. Xingtian, Lu Xiao, you two came together? Future mother-in-law looked like she was about to cry from joy. Oh, they must have wanted to surprise us. I smiled so hard my face hurt. The makeup artist nearly had a stroke trying to cover the hickeys he'd painted across my neck, shoulders, and chest. My God, girl, what kind of mosquitoes we got in Shanghai? Lu Xiao stood behind me in the mirror, adjusting his cufflinks, looking every inch the untouchable billionaire CEO in a tailored tux. He met my glare in the reflection and smirked. Seems you attract the dangerous kind, he said softly. The makeup artist blinked. Are mosquitoes really that bad this year? He tied his tie, voice velvet and lethal. Deadly. Bastard. The ceremony was a blur of champagne and forced smiles. When the MC called for the couple's kiss, the crowd started chanting. He leaned in, lips brushing my ear. Shy now, good girl? After everything you let me do to you last night? Then he kissed me in front of 500 people like he was trying to brand me. I nearly combusted. After the guests left, his mother pressed a set of keys and a black card into my hand. Penthouse at Bund 1. Top floor. Elevator goes straight to the apartment. I had everything prepared for you too. She winked. Lu Xiao drank too much. You drive, sweetheart. My mother pulled me aside. Your things are already moved in. Be good to him tonight, hmm? I wanted to die. The Maserati purred through Shanghai's neon streets. He lounged in the passenger seat, jacket gone, shirt unbuttoned just enough to make my mouth dry. Neither of us spoke until we stepped into the penthouse. 4,000 square feet of pure luxury. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the Huangpu River, minimalist gray and white decor. A Van Cleef & Arpels jewelry box already on the dresser with my name engraved. My clothes hung in one walk-in closet, his in the other, and only one bedroom, one bed. He flopped onto the sofa like he owned the world, because he did, and closed his eyes. I stood there clutching my dignity in shreds. He cracked one eye open. Come here, little wife. I'm not sleeping with you. You already did. Several times. Loudly. I threw a cushion at his head. He caught it one-handed and yanked me down on top of him. Lu Xiao. Shuh. His arms locked around me like steel. 14-hour flight. Then I fucked you senseless all night. Let me sleep. I struggled for exactly 3 seconds before giving up. He smelled too good. Felt too good. Fine, I muttered into his chest. But this changes nothing. He chuckled, low and dark. Keep telling yourself that, baby girl. I woke up in his arms the next morning. The bed smelled like him. My body ached in all the right places. He was already gone. A cup of hot milk waited on the nightstand with a note. Company. Come if you want. Your husband soon. I screamed into the pillow. Then my boss called. Emergency meeting. Client side. Lu Enterprises HQ. Of course. I walked into the boardroom 20 minutes late, trying to look professional in a pencil skirt and blouse that suddenly felt too tight. Lu Xiao sat at the head of the table in a navy suit that cost more than my annual salary, expression cold and ruthless. The billionaire CEO mask firmly in place. He didn't even glance at me. Until our agency presented. Halfway through my part, he cut me off. This strategy is outdated. The target demographic is luxury millennials. Rework it. All of it. My boss nearly cried. After the meeting, I was sentenced to rewriting the entire campaign from scratch. At home. Alone. Lu Xiao came home at midnight, found me hunched over my laptop in his oversized Harvard t-shirt, hair in a messy bun, glasses slipping down my nose. He leaned against the doorframe, arms crossed. Still mad? I'm working. He crossed the room, shut the laptop, and pulled me into his lap. Lu Xiao. Dinner, he said simply, carrying me to the kitchen like I weighed nothing. He cooked dumplings shirtless. I hate him. He's an amazing cook. Days blurred into weeks of this torture. He'd leave before I woke up. Come home after I was asleep. Sometimes I'd feel the bed dip in the middle of the night, his arms sliding around my waist, pulling me back against his chest. Sometimes I pretended to be asleep when he kissed my shoulder and whispered mine. Sometimes I wasn't pretending. Then came the morning he stood in front of the mirror tying his tie, and I finally snapped. I can't tie these stupid things. He turned, eyes dark with amusement. Before I could blink, he looped the tie around my neck instead, used it to yank me close, and kissed me senseless. Mint toothpaste and pure dominance. Get up, he murmured against my lips. Or we'll be late. I was dizzy for the rest of the day. At the office, the flirting from Lin Si got worse. She was in and out of his office constantly. I told myself I didn't care. Then one night I came home to an empty penthouse and saw the lipstick stain on his collar. I drank an entire bottle of red wine and passed out on the couch. He found me at 3 a.m., carried me to bed, and when I woke up, he was watching me with unreadable eyes. Why do you care so much? I slurred. We're a business deal. You can sleep with whoever. His jaw clenched. There's no one else. Then what was the lipstick? My cousin. She hugged me goodbye. She wears too much damn makeup. I stared at him. He looked exhausted. I've been killing myself trying to fix the mess my father left in the real estate division. I don't have time to cheat. I barely have time to breathe. Something in my chest cracked. I crawled into his lap and kissed him first. He froze, then devoured me like a starving man. We didn't make it to the bedroom. The kitchen island. The shower. Against the window overlooking all of Shanghai. He ruined me in every language. Afterward, he carried me to bed, tucked me against his chest, and said the words that destroyed me completely. I knew who you were the second you walked into that bar. I stilled. I saw your picture months ago. Read every single one of your moments posts like a stalker. Flew back a day early. Sat in that bar for 6 hours waiting. I couldn't breathe. I didn't plan the rest, he whispered, fingers tracing my spine. But the second you smiled at me, I was done. You've been mine since before you even knew my name. Tears slipped down my cheeks. I'm sorry I made you cry, he said softly. Never again. I swear on my life. He proposed 2 weeks later. Not in a restaurant. Not with a flash mob. He blindfolded me, drove me up into the mountains, and walked me through a forest until I smelled lilies. When he took off the blindfold, we were standing in an entire valley of white lilies he had planted just for me. He got down on one knee in a bespoke Tom Ford suit, holding a 12-carat diamond that caught the sunset like fire. Tang Xintian, he said, voice rough with emotion, I was supposed to marry you for business. But I fell so fucking hard the first time I saw your smile on a phone screen. Marry me. Not because our parents want it. Because I can't breathe without you. I tackled him into the flowers. We got married a month later in Tuscany. Private villa, 300 guests. Me in custom Vera Wang, him in chiton. The wedding night was in a 500-year-old castle. He carried me over the threshold, kicked the door shut, and spent hours worshipping every inch of me like I was his religion. 9 months later, I gave birth to our son in a private hospital suite that looked more like a 5-star hotel. Lu Xiao held my hand the entire time, crying when they placed our baby in his arms. He still says the same thing every single night when he pulls me close. You were always mine, baby girl. From the first second. And I'm yours. Forever. She's mine. Every breath, every heartbeat, every moan that falls from those perfect lips. Mine to cherish, mine to ruin, mine to love until the day I die. And I'll burn the world down before I ever let her go.